Hello everybody and happy Christmas. Okay, it's not Christmas, but probably by the time this video gets out, it probably will be fucking Christmas. Right, I'm on the beer. And I'm working on the Arthur chair a little bit. I've been doing quite a bit on it today. And I've put quite a few coats of paint on. I've got one more, I mean you can see the heart there, it's taped over. I've got one more coat. Basically today I've managed to lightly sand these down and put a coat on the front. I've got another coat to put on the back. It's quite late at night at the moment, but I'm going to try and do that now so that tomorrow I can do the sides of the seat. In hindsight, what I should have done with this is A, taken the seat apart straight away, B, painted it all before I did the resin work. Then I wouldn't have had to basically cover up the heart on there and cover up the lettering, which both were actually very difficult to cover up. I tried just cutting the pieces of masking tape to fit into the lettering, didn't work. Ended up just covering the whole thing with tape and then using a scalpel to cut around it. Now the only thing is, I have absolutely no idea how clean it's going to look. The edges around the lettering or the heart, I have no idea how much paint it's going to take off. And the thing is, when I was actually trimming them, I was on the beers then as well. So at the time I thought I was doing a really good job, but for all I know, it could have been fucking shite. But what I am going to have to do is take the masking tape off now, because both of those faces or edges with, not edges, yeah, both of the sides with the masking tape on have had their final coat of paint, so the masking tape needs to come off before I can apply clear varnish, which is what I'm going to do. So literally I am about to find out how bad a job I've done with that, because when it came to applying the paint, I have literally ignored the fact that there is anything there and just gone straight over the masking tape. So let's find out how bad it's going to be. Okay, now I have a feeling it's going to be very difficult just to get the tape off here. It depends on whether the tape is going to be dried solid or not. You know what? That's not too bad so far. Well, so far that's actually worked better than I thought it would, but we're not done yet. Now, the actual precision of the heart on this, because I although I did it with a little power tool, I've done it all by hand. It's not perfect, but life ain't perfect, people aren't perfect. So I'm going with it. It's interesting that as well, because I am normally quite a perfectionist, or as I used to say, an imperfect perfectionist. Can't fucking say it. An imperfect perfectionist. So basically, I'm a perfectionist. I want it perfect all the time, but I'm not good enough to achieve perfection. So basically, that's what that basically means. But sometimes you have to learn that it's not about perfection. Now, interestingly, obviously, well, I say interestingly, because I've applied a few coats of paint here, there is now a little bit of a lip between resin and paint. I mean, it isn't perfect. I mean, I'd be half tempted to fill that in a bit more, but from a distance, I'd say that looks fine. So I think I'm just going to leave that. We'll clear coat it. I mean, I must probably sand it down a little bit when the time comes, before putting the clear varnish on. Right, this is the bit that I must admit I am very concerned about. I have no idea how well this would have worked, especially when this lettering had worked so well to begin with. You know what? That's not too bad. I mean, it's got a bit of intrusion. And again, there's a bit of intrusion on there. Okay. Not perfect, but I may be able to, well, hopefully I'll be able to do something with that. I mean, to be fair, it's probably better than it would have been had I not done that. And what I'm not going to try fixing that now, not while I've had a few drinks, because I'm going to have to work out how I'm going to basically scrape the paint off there with hopefully not damaging the resin. I'm glad though that I didn't take it off before this final coat, so I would have had to have done it again, and there's no guarantee I'd have prepared it any better. I am actively trying to not use the sharp side of the blade so that I don't go cutting through the resin or the paint. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of paint intrusion there. But yeah, like I said, in hindsight, I would have been better off painting the whole thing and applying the resin after, because the way that the resin has been applied in here, it would have worked so much better. But the way I approached this was perhaps, well, it was the wrong way. I was filling this lettering in with excess resin. Okay, that's got quite a lot of paint on it. That's going to be a bit of a ball ache to sort out. I mean, it's possible that what I might have to do is simply just sand in there to get the paint off, but we'll see. I'm not going to try sorting it out now. I just wanted to get the tape off because then I can see it, I can assess it, I can think about it and work out what I'm going to do to fix it. And if you can't tell where it is that it's got paint on, you can now see it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is flip these over and get the paint on the other side, and then these can be put to one side while I get the last coat of paint on the sides, but that won't be until at least tomorrow. So I'll just get myself set up, back in a minute.
you.